So take us through the roller coaster of emotions from the moment you knew your first round opponent was Novak until the moment you secured your first win against one of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah, when the draw came out, I wasn't really the happiest, especially playing against Novak here, and never won against him on our court. It's one of the toughest ever, toughest opponent you can ever play on our court. And but at the same time, I told my team that I wanted to take this chance to enjoy the match, to take my chances. Play aggressive, to try to do what we've been working on in the last month, and I think that was the key. I was aggressive, I was serving well, trying to be aggressive on the return as well, which is really important. And yeah, so on the match point, I think I smiled. It was just happiness, and like I said in the interview on court, I think that's for these matches I train and I sacrifice whatever you sacrifice for. It's a great life, but some sacrifice, and you train in days that you don't want to train. Like for these matches, these occasions, and today was a really good one.
Congrats, Matteo.
Thank you.
I want to ask you lost 4 times to Djokovic at his first win. I want to ask you about.
Thanks for the money. Thank you.
So what's
it was a joke, but
yeah, I know. What's the difference between these 4 matches? I mean, what makes the difference today for you against Djokovic?
It was a long time ago, and it was obviously a different part of my career, and maybe also a different part of Novak's career. I perfectly know that it's different playing Novak in a tournament like this, or in a finals in a Grand Slam, obviously, best of 5. But at the same time, I think my level was really high. I was playing well, I was playing, like I said before, I was being aggressive. You couldn't control the pace of the rally too much, which was one of the goals of the match. And I think the difference was that I didn't lose court, when I was playing. I wasn't too far back, and sometimes what was happening in Novak, and I kept, just hitting the ball, and it doesn't matter if you miss or you win the point. I have to do the right things, and I think I stick to the plan, and that was the key.
I want to ask you again about those 4 matches. All were in big tournaments, let's say ATP finals once and 3 Grand Slam tournaments. What's the difference between playing Djokovic on those big tournaments and playing in the ATP final? I mean, in terms of mentally.
I remember first time in London when we played. I practiced with him once before that, a couple of times, and then I remember that Alessandro, my actual coach, was there as a friend of mine, and after the match he told me, I think someone was telling him where you were serving, because I served 72% of first serves and I lost 1 and 2 indoors on hard court. So it was really impressive. For the first time I felt like this guy's at a different level. I have to train hard to try to have a chance to beat him. And then I think it's about experience playing against these kind of guys, him, Roger, Rafa, and in the slams I always felt like he was studying my game. I always won. I think 2 times I won the first set. In Paris also I had my chance in the 4th, and I was always feeling like he was studying my game, and then at a certain point he could understand what I had to do, what he had to do in order to beat me. So I think today he couldn't do that because I was too aggressive. I was playing well, and I didn't give him the chance. But I'm not saying that this tournament is not important. I'm just saying that playing best of 5 is different than playing best of 4.
Hi, congratulations. So today you are serving great, and your forehand was great. It's just a set that you have been training for being aggressive. So is that something that you are trying in the beginning of this season, or just in general? And like last year during summer, you had amazing period of like weeks and some things, but a bit tough time second half of the year. So is there something you changed between like last year and this year?
Being aggressive was always the key. I think in my game, in some tournaments I can do it better. The conditions are fitting my tennis better, but being aggressive, it's not just, for example, going to the net or just hitting the ball hard. It's just work to have the chance to hit the ball hard or hit a winner. And so this is something obviously that I've been working since a long time. Then with all the injuries and stuff, sometimes I had to work or something to improve, but just I had to work to come back, which is different than improving. So that's why I'd say that right now, after last year, I feel a better player than 2 years ago. Obviously the ranking is different, but I think today was the proof, that my level it's really high, and I feel that. And last year, obviously, I know I didn't have the second half of the season, but the first half of the season was full of matches, but also injuries as well. I started in March, so I think overall it was a great season. Then obviously you can always ask yourself to win, but I learned so much about that, and hopefully this season it's going to be longer and full of matches as well. I think he told me at the net, but I was like, everybody was screaming, and I was trying to tell him that I finally got him. In Italian, we normally speak, and I was really happy. So I think I heard that, but then, in the moment I couldn't really understand well. So it's obviously a great honor when someone like that, like Noah is saying that. I really felt that was one of my best matches of my career. I was feeling really good from the first point. But then against Novak, you have to, be able to play that kind of tennis for 2, potentially 3 hours. So I was prepared for that. I'm really happy with my performance, and I think yes, like I said before, I was really consistent, and the more the match was going on, the more I was feeling good. So that's a good sign. A lot of questions tonight. Huh?
Third question. Sorry.
It's okay.
I was waiting for 1 hour. The last weekend you were in Riyadh as an ambassador for PIF. So I want to ask you about this partnership with PIF and a quick message for the Saudi fans and Arabian fans in general.
Yeah, I was there for a couple of days before coming here. I received a really warm welcome. Been there at the end of 2022, and I could see how the city changed a little bit after, it's definitely a country that is growing up a lot. I had the luck and the honor to share the court with kids, and which is the focus of this partnership, helping kids all around the world to have chances to play, because I know how tough tennis can be. I'm coming from a country that is, I've been feeling really lucky. The help of my parents, federation, a lot of things, my tennis club back then, they were helping me, and tennis is such a expensive sport. So with PIF, we're trying to help these kind of kids, to help develop tennis all around the world, and I think it's something that really makes me proud. Like when little kids are coming and say, I'm wearing the hat backwards like you, I'm trying to hit the forehand like you. They were asking me like how you handle pressure, how you handle fear, and I could see myself in those kids. So when you have a partnership that can